opposite of faith, right? If you are scared, it means that you don't have faith in whatever it is you're doing. You don't have faith in God. You don't have faith in the process of something, right? Growing up, I used to fear a lot. Even I used to fear physical things, let's talk of the spiritual things. I fear a lot. Like any little thing, I'm just in Igbo term, somebody wants to start up a business and I'm hearing do not be afraid. Like what's going to be about topics from my morning devotion, right?
Hey guys, welcome back.
Hi guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Nami Chris here. It's been a while we had this kind of setting, and I'm so happy to be back here with you guys. I know you missed me, and I definitely miss you guys too. It's been a while to really see you guys here, and I'm just here to really share something with you. I've been thinking about a series that I want to do. And basically, it's going to be about topics from my morning devotion, right? Topics from my morning devotion. And of course, from the caption, you already know what we're here to talk about, right? And just before I do that, I just want to get you guys, on what I've been up to lately. And yeah, today is Saturday. Of course, that Saturday is when I shoot, and I'm just here to drop something before I get right into what I want to talk about. So I'm actually volunteering for Sinach Life in Concert happening here in Abuja, which is actually going to be happening tomorrow. And I know that it's late for me to come here and really tell you guys about it, but it has been amazing, and I'm looking forward to having a good time tomorrow, volunteering and also experiencing all the guest artists who will be there. And yeah, so that's basically it. Moving on, so what I'm going to be talking about today is I'm going to be taking my morning devotion phrase from Luke chapter 5. All right, so I'll just like to read it quickly, right, so that I don't rumble and I just say things that are based on the scriptures, right? So this is Luke chapter 5 from verse, let me just start from verse 4, right? So when he finished speaking, he said to Simon, "Push the boat out further to the deep waters, and you and your partner let down your net for a catch." "Master," Simon answered, "we worked hard all night long, right, and caught nothing. But if you say so, I'll let down the net." Verse 6 says, They let them down and caught such a large number of fish that the nets were about to break. So they motioned to their partners in the other boats to come to help them. They came and filled both boats so full of fish that the boats were about to sink. When Simon Peter saw what had happened, he fell on his knees before Jesus and said, "Go away from me, Lord, I'm a sinful man." He and the others with them were all amazed at the large number of fish they caught. Verse 10, he said, the same was true of Simon's partners, James and John, the son of Zebedee. Jesus said to Simon, "Don't be afraid. From now on, you'll be catching people," right? Now, in this instance, I'm just trying to, sit down and ask myself, there's so many parts in the Bible where Jesus told us to not be afraid. And if you check that, most of the times he tells us to not be afraid in an instance of visitations, in an instance where he's, coming in as himself or in the form of different ways as God in a burning bush, sending an angel. Is a part where he comes and tells us to not be afraid, either before the encounter or even after the encounter. And while we were having our Bible study, our morning devotion yesterday, I was just in awe because, I just heard something in my spirit that before or after an encounter, Jesus often tells us to not be afraid so that our faith may increase. Right? Because fear is the opposite of faith, right? If you are scared, it means that you don't have faith in whatever it is you're doing, and you don't have faith in God, you don't have faith in the process of something, right? So that faith, because fear stops us from achieving what we're supposed to achieve naturally, because fear hinders us from attaining a certain level, because fear stops us from tapping in from the blessing that we already have as children of God, as believers, that fear can hinder a lot of things. And that's why Jesus always emphasized on do not be afraid, so that we can have more faith, so that we can be relaxed, so that we can be put together, right? To be able to experience these blessings that are coming our way, to be able to have this encounter that he's about to present to us, right? And, I just thought to myself, it's very, very important. And lately, I've just been praying for belief and faith in God, in the process, in what God can do. Because if you lack faith in a thing, you don't expect to enjoy what comes out of it, And this is very, very important as believers, that we should often pray for faith in God, because sometimes God has told you that I'm going to do this, but because of our lack of faith, our lack of belief, we tend to weigh those things away, and we find ourselves in situations where we keep asking God, why me? But if you search your heart, you find out that you didn't even have faith in what God had already said that He was going to do for you. So this is just like an encouragement that if you're someone who is still struggling with fear, anxiety, basically fear of something, just pray for God to take away that fear and replace it with faith. Growing up, I used to fear a lot. Even I used to fear physical things, not to talk of the spiritual things. I fear a lot. Like any little thing, I'm just in Igbo term, nah, kuja, right? But I had to pray. I think it was around my junior secondary school, because I went to a boarding school, and most times they'll tell us, they don't even tell us, but we just have this notion that, we're not supposed to be at a particular place alone. We have to go at least in 2s and 3s and 4s just for safety. That aside, I find myself getting scared a lot. At night, I'm always scared to sleep. I'm always scared about all of these things. And at some point, I had to cry out to God, right? Those times where we used to do like fruits and gifts of the Holy Spirit, and I would pray to God. I said, I don't want fear. Fear is not a virtue; it's a vice, and I cannot be associated with fear. And I prayed to God, and before you know it, God took away that kind of fear away from me. Gave me some level of boldness, some level of courage to be able to do things that naturally I'd be scared to do, right? And just tell you that whatever it is that you want to take away from yourself, or take away from that you don't like about yourself, you can always pray about it, even if it's the smallest things, right? Even if it's the smallest of things, you can always pray about it. And trust me, it is the heart that matters, the heart behind what you're praying about that always matters. So this is just a call for you to pray about that kind of fear. If you tend to fear about, get scared, you're afraid about a lot of things, always ask the Lord to take away that fear, and He's surely going to answer your prayers. Trust me on this. Like, I can beat my chest on this. The Lord can help you with whatever it is that you're struggling with, especially if it's something that you're struggling with fleshly, that your flesh is always drawing you towards. The Holy Spirit is always there, and that's why He gave us the Holy Spirit to comfort us, to help us in times where our physical strength cannot help us. And that was how I was able to remove that fear. But right now, I'm just praying about faith. Like, I want to be able to trust God solely in everything I do. I want to be able to just not bother about some certain things, not worry about some certain things. Just once I hear an instruction that God has told me that, this is done, I move. Somebody wants to start up a business, and I'm hearing, do not be afraid. Like, what's the relationship? I mean, yes, I'm scared at some point, or maybe I'm not, but like, what's the relationship between, okay, I want to do this, but I don't have money, to saying, do not be afraid, just go ahead, believe me, trust in me, have faith that this is going to be done. It takes the Holy Spirit to do that. And if you are someone who needs this, trust me, you can, right? So guys, so this is what I just have for you today. I hope and I pray that you're blessed by just this little snippet on topics from my morning devotion. And if you like to learn and hear just my own views from what I learned from my morning devotion, do well to hit the like button if you like this, and of course hit the subscription button and turn on your post notifications so that whenever I post videos like this, you would be the first to view it as well. All right, now let me inform you that subscription, you don't need to pay any amount of money to subscribe. All you need to do is just click on that. Yes, click it, it's there. Click on this bell, click on it. All right, click on the subscription button, right, and support me on this channel. So guys, it's really wonderful talking to you guys, and until next time, stay happy and keep growing. Bye, fam bams. Mwah.